Hello, everyone. My name is Richard Snyder, and I'm here to talk for just a moment about Dene as a scholar with a keen eye for what may be lost. I've worked with Dene for several years in the electronic literature lab, and she's told me many times about how, as a scholar originally working with classics, she knows all too well how easy it is for cultural artifacts to go missing over time. And so she's taken seriously calls to consider issues of access and preservation in eLit. She's theorized and put into practice numerous methods of preserving electronic literature. I can only highlight a few here, but the first would be traversals. The Pathfinders project with Stuart Moulthrop developed this method, and then they wrote about it extensively in a book that followed called Traversals. For a traversal, the work's performed with the original author, including commentary, Q&A, and extensive documentation. As someone who's been able to be there for several, they are magical. Dene's continued to produce many more, with several volumes of the Rebooting Electronic Literature series. She's also worked to save many different outmoded works of literature. With Adobe Flash, for instance, she saved hundreds of works that otherwise were inaccessible after Flash was discontinued. And she's also produced full reconstructions of works like Stuart Moulthrop's Victory Garden, Thomas Dish's Amnesia, the complete edition of Bill Bly's We Descend, and Christy Sheffield Sanford's Red Mona. These media translations are massive undertakings, and I've seen her take part in these, working alongside the original author, or in Thomas Dish's case, the author's estate and original materials to produce something beautiful for the modern web that is bringing the work to new readers, reintroducing the work to people who couldn't access it anymore. And these are really incredible undertakings that have been quite successful. You should check them out. The next is she's founded, which is a combination museum, library, and preservation space, seeded by a grant from the Mellon Foundation, and now contains thousands of works of electronic literature that are freely accessible to anyone with an internet connection, including many preserved works like those works of Flash. And working alongside Dene during the launch of the Next and over the next several years, I've really seen her broad view of access that includes not only keeping works available, providing access to the interface for the Next, for example, in multiple languages, but describing the works well. She had the vision for an original metadata schema we call the Extended Electronic Metadata Schema, or ELMS, that provides extensive information on each work. And this represents countless of hours of research on the part of the lab. And funded by a few different grants, Dene and I have also begun to expand this schema to better serve visitors with disabilities and sensory sensitivities. This is Dene's vision. She really wants everyone to be able to access these works as best as they can on their own terms. And on the whole, it's just clear to me that she's gone above and beyond in her dedication to electronic literature. Not only she theorized and implemented these pioneering strategies to preserve cultural heritage, but as a mentor, she's passed on her passion to a multitude of students, budding artists, young scholars, myself included. She's truly a prolific writer, presenter, and champion of eLit. She works so hard all the time, and she works tirelessly alongside artists to honor their work. So today, we honor her for this important scholarship, which has already made teaching and researching eLit much richer in the present day, and surely will for generations to come. Thank you, Dene, for all of your hard work.